And a Merry Christmas in Indianapolis. Sunday Night Football. Will the Jets have a good holiday? Mike Patrick and the gang on the call.
Thank you, Chris. We're at the RCA Dome in Indianapolis for an AFC East showdown between the New York Jets and the Indianapolis Colts. For all that's been made about the Jets' history of December collapses, none of it came under Herman Edwards, and the rookie head coach and his players are determined to write a new chapter in 2001.
The world is watching right now. Finish what we started.
History is history, but you don't have to let it repeat itself.
Anything that we've done before now doesn't count. The only thing that's going to count is what we do from this point on.
Find a way. Let's get it done, all right? Get it done.
This time, there will be no collapse.
Don't break, baby. Ain't seen nothing like this. Relentless. Gotta do it. Gotta bring it. Whatever it takes, man. All day, every day. Do or die. Bring it on. It's a big game. Bring the pain. Let's go. Two big plays down their throat.
Do you believe?
There ain't no time to be scared.
The Jets are scrappy. We don't care if we win by 1, or we don't care if we win by 50. We just want to get it done.
Finish the job.
It doesn't matter what other people think about the Jets. What matters is what we think as the Jets. We believe we can get it done, period.
My response to the people that don't believe is no response at all.
Bring it on. It's a big game. We got to knock all bombs out. Two. Right now. Win. We got to win. Let's finish it.
If it's just the 53 guys on our football team that believe, then we go and play the game with those 53.
Let's finish. Let's go. Two. Relentless. Three. Do or die.
Do you believe?
We're in Indianapolis, where the New York Jets find themselves in control of their own destiny. The New England Patriots grabbed first place in the division yesterday, knocking off Miami. And even though the standings show the Jets in third place, they have the hammer. If they sweep their last 3, they win the AFC East. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Patrick. It's great to have you with us. It is conceivable that the Colts can still make the playoffs. It is also conceivable that I will live to be 110. I am not counting on either. The Colts are 5-8. Too many mistakes, too many injuries, not enough defense. The Jets, on the other hand, are 8-5. They've done it with a great ground game and a defense that has engineered a miraculous turnaround. But if they're going to keep this thing going, Joe Theismann, the passing game has to become a bigger part of the offense.
Michael, if you're not getting to 110, I don't think I am either. And the Jets would love to get at least that much out of their passing game. For the Jets, when they put in this new offense under Paul Hackett, they wanted to be able to establish a running game. They've done that very effectively. And they said they would evolve into a passing game. Well, it's time for that evolution to arrive. Last week in the Cincinnati game with the Jets, Herm Edwards had to go to Vinny Testaverde at halftime and said, Vinny, it's now on your shoulders. We're going to open it up. That's not going to be the case tonight. They're not going to wait till the second half to open the game up. Look for the Jets to come out throwing early because they realize it's crunch time and they're not going to be able to run the football as effectively through the playoffs unless they have a passing game. And, Paul, I can't imagine Jim Mora having to go to Peyton Manning at any time in the game and say, Peyton, I think you ought to open it up a little bit now.
Joe, obviously Peyton Manning doesn't like the fact that he's thrown 21 interceptions. 6 of them have gone for touchdowns. Peyton Manning won't stop doing the things he does so well. 23 touchdowns so far this year and over 3,500 yards passing. He said, the day I become a conservative quarterback, that's the day I become an average quarterback. They won 5 games this year. In each one of those 5 games, they scored 30 points or more. Tonight is not a night to be conservative.
All right, thank you, Paul. When we come back soon.
Offense and new defense and special teams, you don't expect to be talking playoffs. You got here with a conservative offense, but for the stretch run, is it time to open it up?
Absolutely. I think if you're going to try to make the playoffs, and obviously if you get in the playoffs, you have to score points. And we have to open it up. There's no doubt about it.
But we still have to be able to run the ball and control the clock against these guys because they have a potent offense also.
Can you appreciate the contrast? Everyone knows you, son of a military man, about discipline and detail, and you adopt Shrek as the mascot. Why is that such a perfect fit?
Well, just a hard-working kind of guy, and sometimes it looks ugly, but I think if you keep working hard, obviously the Shrek at the end won the princess, so we'll see if we can do that too.
How scary is this Colts team tonight?
Well, they're pretty scary. In fact, they're going to play loose, and they have a potent offense, and the more we can do to keep their offense off the field, the better chance we have to win.
Best of luck. Thanks.
Thank you.
Mike?
All right, thank you, Susie. The Jets hope this December produces joy and not misery.
Anything that we've done before now doesn't count. Only thing that's going to count.
Not at all. And we are underway in Indianapolis. McDougal from the 2. Barrels across the 25.
Offensively, the Colts, Marcus Pollard has had to make up for the loss of Edgerrin James, especially in the passing game. He's been coming up with some big plays. He needs more tonight. Dominique Rhodes, he's got to get about 80 yards plus rushing. They've got to take pressure off of Peyton. This offense may want to throw the football, but they need to run the football with respect. And Peyton can't make those 1 or 2 mistakes that have hurt him so much and led to those interceptions in games tonight.
Manning with an 84.7 rating. That is number 9 in the National Football League. Play action. Out in the flat. Harrison dives to the 32-yard line.
And the New York Jets on defense. John Abraham in 11 sacks. He's got to be visible to Peyton Manning. Every time Peyton Manning goes to throw, he's got to be in his face. Victor Green, we're talking about a guy that has to be a strong force in the running game. And Ray Mickens is starting for all-pro corner Aaron Glenn, and he's got the tough target. He's got the one that Peyton Manning loves to throw to. He just threw the first pass to Marvin Harrison.
Rhodes cuts it back, runs into a wall as he got to the 35. Marvin Jones stopped him. Dominique Rhodes, a career high a week ago, 177 yards against the Falcons on 29 carries. And when he wasn't producing the big numbers, the play action fakes didn't work as well, and that's a staple for Peyton Manning. After you gain 177 yards, they work again.
Well, there's a difference between faking him and Edgerrin James.
Yes, there is. 3rd and 2 for the Colts. Jets jump offside. Free play for Manning, and he has to go down. Big rush for Sean Ellis. Abraham and Lyle jumped early.
But you know what, Joe, just for a second, but Lyle coming in, there's a guy, when he sees the flag, there's no whistle blown because he didn't make contact on defense. And the thing about it, he didn't quit. He went right after the quarterback.
That's what you do. You want to take it away from him. Even though the cadence is sporadic, and what it does is it causes you to jump off sides, you have to be able to continue with the play. When a defender starts to slow down thinking they're off sides is when offenses do make big plays.
Automatic first down for the Colts at their own 41-yard line. Rhodes is the single setback. Wayne and Harrison the wideouts. Pollard the motion man. Manning right down the middle to Ken Dilger. And Dilger to the 34, a gain of 25 and a first down.
You know, we were talking to Mo Lewis yesterday, and we were asking Mo Lewis about their tight ends, and he said Marcus Pollard. He said, wait a minute. They have 2 good tight ends, Ken Dilger and Pollard. Now, here it is. Here's Abraham. He's coming into Manning. He doesn't take the fake, and then this pass is perfect.
Ken Dilger not catching a lot of balls. Marcus Pollard has most of them. He's got 40. That was only Dilger's 25th. But both tight ends can get down the field.
And Dilger used to be a staple in this offense. Rhodes trying to go wide. The Jets string it out, and the sure hands of Mo Lewis bring him down. 2-time Pro Bowler. The Jets have engineered an incredible turnaround in their defense. The first 6 games, they allowed 25.7 points a game. Now they're under 10 in the last 7. The rushing yards cut nearly in half. They gave up 9 touchdown passes in the first game, only 1 in the last 7. Ted Cottrell, who came over from Buffalo, installed as the defensive coordinator. They are starting to learn his system and play it well. Manning dumps it to Rhodes.
You just saw something that I really believe can elevate Peyton Manning. Everybody says, how can Peyton Manning get better? He tries to put the ball down the field so much, in particular to Marvin Harrison, and now with the young Reggie Wayne. But the key is his ability to look down the field and then just dump it off and be satisfied with the 6-yard gain on 2nd down. Now you come up 3rd and 3, and it gives Tom Moore, their offensive coordinator, a lot more options. That's one area where I think Peyton Manning can grow.
They'll go with three wide receivers, including Trevor Inslee, number 83. Manning with time, Harrison incomplete.
Nice job by Marcus Coleman, number 42. Now there's a case when defensively you get into a zone, you get a feel for what routes.
History of the NFL, and he has never missed a field goal attempt in December.
Upright. Nice going, Michael. Way to help the guy out. Nice going.
If that wasn't a curse, I don't know what would be.
You two guys are terrible.
Got 8 days left in December, and you had to curse the guy.
He does it with fumbles. You do it with hitting upright.
Vanderjagt, a brilliant kicker, tried to hook it, caught the inside of the right upright. Jets take over, 1st and 10. Testaverde to throw on 1st down and airs it out. Coles. Did he catch? No. He didn't come down with it. Tremendous effort by Lavernius Coles. David Macklin, the closest defender.
And Vinny Testaverde just really underthrew him. Vinny held on to it a little bit longer than he wanted to. Watch this. Lavernius goes back, makes a play on the ball, and then it hits the ground. He's trying to gain control. He's up on Macklin. Doesn't quite have possession. Chad Cota does a nice job of helping out, hitting his arm, and knocking the ball loose.
And on that same play, Wayne Corbett was wide open on this side of the field.
They said they would open it up. The first play is a pretty good indicator. 2nd down, back to throw, and Coles didn't get his head around in time. That ball hit him right in the side. There's a marker down.
Well, Coles stumbled coming out of his turn, and that's one of the reasons. And he almost made an excellent catch, but he did stumble.
Bill Carollo, the referee tonight. And offensive interference.
And that Richie Anderson was the only guy in that area. Number 20.
Pass interference, 88, offense. That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
Anthony Beck, number 20.
I'm not sure I wouldn't take that penalty, to be honest with you. I think that back him up, give him 2nd and long. Now that it's 3rd down, I can understand it. When I was looking at the marker, it didn't make as much sense. On 3rd down, giving him a chance now to have to try and make it a does.
3rd and 10. Draw play, Curtis Martin. 1st down and more, midfield. Colts 45-yard line.
There aren't many guys in the National Football League that played that position that you would call that play on 3rd down and 10.
I can think of one other. Marshall Faulk.
He wears number 20.
Yeah, he also wears number 20.
Exactly.
Look at this blocking. I mean, Curtis Martin, not only does he run so well, but he sets up the blocks while he's doing it. Watch this. He sets things up. Bang, bang. All you have to do is just get a piece of people, and he's to the outside.
Shake and bake with the head and shoulders, and then he's gone. Play action, Testaverde. Good protection. Throws complete down to the 32. Wayne Corbett. It's another 1st down for the Jets. Macklin on the tackle.
On offense, we've seen what the Jets really have to do. Lavernius Coles has got to put the big play back in the offense. They did it right from the start. They can't just make it a one-shot wonder, though. It's something they'll have to do. Curtis Martin, 30 touches at least for 100 yards. 7 of his 36 100-yard games have come against the Colts. And Vinny's finally going to have to throw for more than 200 yards because they're going to need to be able to do it.
Martin dives inside the 30. Curtis Martin has gone over 1,000 yards again. Now 7 years in a row, only 3 people have ever done it. He, Eric Dickerson, and the brilliant Barry Sanders, who did it 10 straight years.
Well, and Joe's right. It's obvious that the Jets have to open up downfield. But when you have Curtis Martin, how do you not give him the ball 30 times? Or at least let him touch it 30 times in a ball game?
Testaverde with the pump hit as he throws, and it drops harmlessly. Ellis Johnson got the hit on him.
Can't stand 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage and expect your offensive line to keep him away from you.
Kevin Swain in as the 3rd wide receiver. Blitz coming. Testaverde has it batted up in the air again.
Now, Peyton Manning is standing on the sideline saying, if that was me, right, I'd have had 2 interceptions in this game.
Out of the hold of the punter, Tom Tupa. And Hall knocks it through. 3 of us would kill it off. McDougal driven into the end zone, fumbles it 2 yards deep, now brings it out. And only got back to the 16-yard line. James Darling, a reserve linebacker, on the tackle. Peyton Manning finds himself in an early 35-yard drive with a long field goal. Rhodes. Nice job of stringing it out by Mo Lewis and Marvin Jones making the stop. For more on Mo Lewis and the turnaround in that Jets defense, here's Susan.
Mike, earlier you pointed out the remarkable improvement. Well, Lewis says the problem never was effort. It was not being on the same page. And in this defense, you need to play as one, no freelancing, and it took a while to develop that chemistry. He said it's like an engine. You're putting together a car, the parts aren't compatible, it misfires. Now it's running smoothly.
Running beautifully. Harrison on a little swing. Takes it to the 24-yard line. They need to reach the 26 for the first down.
Well, Peyton did a real nice job on that play. James Ferrier, number 58, was coming around on the blitz. He wanted to hit Marvin quick in the first hole, and he wasn't there. So what he did is he just waited a second, let Marvin Harrison clear into the second spot, and got him the ball. He sets what? Little hesitation, now little sidearm. See, I like a quarterback who can throw from all kinds of different places.
Yeah, you did a lot to on your back.
The Christmas spirit is evident tonight. Manning so inventive, goes out to Dilger, and they've got the first down up the 34-yard line. Victor Green pushed him out of bounds.
Well, it's like you said, Paul, we were talking in the open. This is not something you have to entice Peyton Manning to do, to put the ball up and stay aggressive.
Yeah, and he's got, now, he lost a few weapons, but he knows now that he still has 2 excellent tight ends that can catch the ball. Mo Lewis told us that. Ken Dilger, that's his 2nd catch of the night.
Tom Moore, one of the most innovative play callers around. Peyton's hit 5 out of 6, 56 yards so far. Wide open Harrison at the 48, another first down. Peyton Manning, of course, the Colts leader. We asked him about the responsibility that goes along with that.
This is why I believe I'm a good quarterback, because throw it all on me. Criticize me, critique me, blame me. I can handle it. That's why I felt like they made me the #1 draft choice. That's why they pay me a lot of money. They pay me to make the plays, #1. And I know I can make the plays, and I've made plays. But when I don't, or when we don't, put it on me.
Don't you love him?
Absolutely. I'd take him for my team in a heartbeat. Rhodes trying to get outside. Good job by Ferrier, who just wouldn't give up the corner.
This is the third time they've run Dominic Rhodes to the outside. Twice to the right, once to the left, and he has not gained a yard.
But the key, Paul, is that they're continuing to try and run him. And I think they have to do it just enough to try and keep the Jets defense honest. Here they try and stretch it out. We saw Mo Lewis stretch it out on one side. Now James Ferrier, the other linebacker, stretches it out and makes a play.
Rhodes, 4 carries, 2 yards. He's had 3 100-yard games this year, including a career-high 177 a week ago against the Falcons. Jets show blitz. Spring 5. Manning, too far for Dilger.
I'm going to tell you what, this offensive line of the Colts, they are doing an excellent job on the defensive line of the New York Jets. They aren't getting off the line of scrimmage. They have a stunt on the top side. Look at on the top side. You see the stunt between the end and the tackle? They pick it up beautifully. He's got time to throw the ball.
It's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Colts. 3 wide receivers as Inslee checks in again.
Now, Reggie Wayne, their young rookie, has had to fill in for Jerome Peyton, and he's a guy that will get a lot of one-on-one coverage in these situations.
Blitz coming. Manning under pressure. Inslee trying to get to the sticks. He's going to be shy.
Oh, what a hit by
Sean Ellis.
Oh, my goodness.
Boy, did he turn him around. If he doesn't make it, and he doesn't, this is because of Sean Ellis. I mean, he hits Inslee and just slams him.
Now, Jim Moore is not going to get a whole lot of favorite son votes when it comes to this one. He's got 4th and about a yard, and he's choosing to punt the football. I happen to agree with him.
I do too.
I know the fans don't like it and they want to see him go for it, but I think this is a good coaching decision.
Yes, I think it.
We saw that today, didn't we? Hunter Smith to kick to Chad Morton. Signals fair catch and makes it at the 7-yard line.
30 defensively have the capability to try and take a shot, and the Colts defensively can't give up a big play.
Testaverde to Coles. Breaks the tackle by Bashir. Gets it out to the 17-yard line. People will say, all right, why are you opening it up in this game when the Colts have had trouble on defense, they've had trouble stopping the run? Jerry, you've got to open it up if you have any hope of advance.
Well, I think it's a little bit of a dilemma for Paul Hackett because the Colts haven't been able to stop anybody running. But you have to understand, who's on the other sideline? Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is a guy who can put points up. That's what Paul Hackett told me. He said, I can't be conservative. He can put numbers up like crazy.
Martin slips one tackle. Great fake to get a couple of more yards up to the 22. Nick Harper makes the stop.
Well, defensively for the Colts, Marcus Washington, linebacker, what he has to do is get in Vinny Testaverde's face and not allow him to get settled in. He hasn't done that so far. Rob Morris, middle linebacker. He's just got to mirror Curtis Martin. Wherever Martin goes, he's got to go. And David Macklin, don't gamble, man. Don't give up the big play. He can't do that.
Harper is playing the other corner because the concussion suffered by Jeff Burris, their best defensive back, not playing tonight. 4 wide receivers for the Jets, empty backfield for Vinny. Blitz coming, Corbett underneath. And Corbett takes it to the 27.
It was fun sitting with Wayne Corbett last night. Didn't get a chance to talk to him last time when we did the Jets-New Orleans game, but he was hurt. Now he's back in. He said, we talk about the conservative nature of this offense so far, and he said, we spend so much time in practice. He says, sometimes I'll catch 30 balls in practice, and we'll get to a game, and it won't happen. It looks like he might have caught a lot in practice this week, and he's having a chance to catch him in the game as well. They need him to get his hands on the football. He's a little spark plug for this ball club.
And Wayne needs a road trip just to get some sleep. He's a new dad. Draw play to the big guy, Lamont Jordan. Let's go down to Susie.
Well, Mike, Wayne Corbett, even if he's not getting his hands on the ball a lot, as a veteran, he knows the value of teaching the young guys like Coles and Moss and Swain. He says even if it's teaching them to take his job, Says the better they play, the better the team is, and they've pushed him to play harder as well.
And Susie's done so much blocking this year that Pepper Johnson told him he was the smallest tight end in football.
And this is where they usually go to Wayne Corbett. On a 3rd down, 4-5, Wayne Corbett's the guy.
Corbett in the slot to the near side. Vinny with time. Lavernius Coles on a crossing play. First down and a lot more up to the 48-yard line. Gain of 21.
Michael, to go back to your point, you asked the question, when you've got a defense that's given up as many rushing yards, why do you choose to throw the football? I think you can run the football. When you look at a lot of great football teams, great offenses, their running backs wind up with a lot of yards late in the game to grind a defense down and pick up first downs. What you do, like we did on this play here with Lavernius Cole, you get yourself some points so that you can use the running game later.
They have thrown twice as many as they have run early in the ballgame. They script their first 20 plays, remember. And Vinny going deep again. Intended for Coles. Nice coverage by Harper.
I'll tell you one thing. This is one play here. When you throw this thing, and like they did the first one early in the game, that will really open up your running game.
Yeah, it sort of gets people thinking, hey, they're going to take shots. And I believe you've got to take 4 to 6 shots a game. The way the rules are today in football, if a receiver can make any kind of contact with a defensive back, you've got a chance of maybe getting a flag in a big play.
Coming into this game, Vinny had only thrown for 2,010 yards. Hardly the kind of numbers he's used to putting up. But it's a West Coast offense. Shorter throws, shorter gain. Draw play. Jordan to the Colts 39. That will be another first down.
You take Curtis Martin and you put him in motion, and it moves the whole left side of the defensive secondary, linebackers and backs. And then it allows Lamont Jordan to run a draw play up the middle. Going. You see Martin going to your left? Now watch all those guys shift to Martin. And once they shift to Martin, look what happens in the middle. There's nobody to tackle him.
And that's why they went and got Lamont Jordan in the 2nd round, to be able to help Curtis Martin.
That's why they went and got him in to get
Outside. Colts may have jumped. Martin on the toss. Cuts it back inside the 35 to the 34. Now we'll check the marker and see if it was Bratsky who was offside. Number 92 looked like he jumped early.
Now you only pick up 6 yards. You take the penalty.
Saturday night at 9 Eastern, the Ravens travel to Tampa Bay to face the resurgent Bucks on a special edition of ABC's Monday Night Football. Then next Sunday night, LeVar Arrington and the Redskins against Aaron Brooks and the Saints on ESPN Sunday Night Football at 8:28. LeVar Arrington is the next major star in the National Football League.
As he played great all year, he's really the one that ignited their comeback with the interception against Carolina earlier.
Unbelievably athleticism.
Every
and
game.
Instincts for the game.
Every game he becomes a star. And the Saints, they went through their post-Ram syndrome, struggling today.
Santana Moss, the rookie out of Miami, checks in. He's in motion. Inside handoff to Richie Anderson. Little Penn State action down to the 24-yard line. Used to call that a crossbuck. I love that play.
Well, with this, I'm going to tell you something. When you have Curtis Martin in the game, and Curtis Martin has done so many things, second leading rusher, and then you put him in motion, you do things with him. Now you're handing the ball to everybody but him. It's confusing the defense.
Well, you key so much on Curtis Martin, and you key on where he's going to be, where he's going to line up, whether it's motion or whether it's shifting, and it does allow people another opportunity to be able to carry the ball.
This has been a very nice drive. The Jets already up 3-0, bidding for more in Indianapolis. Jets enjoying themselves so far. This has been a good drive. They've reached the Colts 25. Testaverde out in the flat to Jordan. A little flanker screen. Lamont Jordan to the 10. 5. Touchdown.
When he caught that ball, did Lamont Jordan explode? I mean, this was him. They had a couple of blocks out there, but as soon as he touched that ball, he was flying. Watch how quick number 34 moves. Bang, bang. Look at this. Upfield. That's power. And that's a touchdown.
Well, Rob Morris, number 94, the middle linebacker, comes running over to try and make the play and just really runs himself right by Lamont Jordan.
That was his first National Football League touchdown, and he showed you a combination of balance, speed, and power to put the Jets up 9-0. John Hall can make it 10. And does. The Colts. Shorter kick this time by Hall. McDougal lost it, picks it up, and is buried at the 7-yard line. He has muffed a couple.
That's one of the things we talked about with the Colts special teams. They've been an Achilles heel for Jim Mora. And now you give your offense a terrible situation. But here's the touchdown on the last play. Couple things. That's Jordan up top. That's Rob Morris. What's going to happen? As soon as he cuts back up inside, Morris is going to run. He never gets blocked. He runs over to try and make the play, and Lamont just cuts it back. Morris never gets blocked. He doesn't make the play as the middle linebacker and doesn't even slow him down, allowing him to get on into the end zone.
Manning from his goal line. That one's tipped at the line of scrimmage, intended for Gilger.
The ball to him. If he goes in the slot, they like to use him as a decoy. He's down on the lower right part here.
Draw play to Rhodes. He has Pollard in front and takes it out to about the 12-yard line. If you want to know why the Colts have struggled on offense, when they lost Edger and James, who was such a wonderful multi-purpose athlete, then they lost Jerome Peyton, who was the complement to Harrison. Terrence Wilkins has been hurt almost all year. You can't take people's weapons away and expect them to continue to function.
And I think you have to attribute a little bit to bad luck, too. Peyton Manning's had a lot of balls batted in the air, and a lot of them run back for touchdowns.
Jets come with a blitz. Manning unloads. Inslee ducks under one tackle, fights for yardage, but only gets to the 15, 4 yards short. Marcus Coleman makes a solid tackle.
What I like about what the Jets are doing and the Colts are not doing, Vinny Testaverde has all day to throw. Peyton Manning, what they're doing, they're blitzing people. They're sending linebackers. They sent that time they sent a safety. They're not wasting any time. If he's going to play the Colts with 2 tight ends, they're going to send more than 4 people.
Santana Moss, who led the nation in punt returns at Miami, rates at his 37. Great speed. Pressure on Smith. Hangs it high. Moss from the 43 makes the first man miss. Can't avoid the second. A net 0 on the return after a punt of 42.
Amazing. The Rams lose 2 at home. They're 8 on the road.
Jets start from the 43. They're up 10-0. Curtis Martin, so patient, gets to the 47. Let's check in with Susie.
And Mike, in Vinny Testaverde's 15th season, he's had 8 different head coaches and 6 different offensive coordinators. Well, learning a new system certainly isn't intimidating. At times it can be frustrating, especially this season, because he had such high expectations for the West Coast offense. Not just conservative this season, but he found there was a lot of times that they practiced things that then they didn't use in games. Last week, he started saying, hey, let's just not talk about passing it, let's pass it. And you can see tonight they've done that.
And that seemed to be the same thing that everybody said in our meetings.
We saw Lamont Jordan. Now he throws the pass. Jordan that time was lined up in the shotgun, and Vinny Testaverde was split out wide. Vinny, the wide receiver.
And Jordan really hung that one up for Quebec.
There's something Susie didn't get. Look at the stance. Look at that. He is so ready. I'm sure David Macklin was laughing. Good look, though. And there's the launch.
Well, Vinny said he'd been working on his hands.
I like
you
the
want
look.
those hands to knock away the defensive guy's hands if he tries to grab you.
Well,
Jerry
Rice is cold.
Jerry Rice would be proud, too. Jerry's the one that I've seen do it first. And I think that was a good statuesque picture.
Vinny 5 out of 10 when he throws it. 4-man rush, no pressure. Back to tight end for about a yard. Nice tackle by Ryan Phillips, the former Giant.
This is really an important series for the Colts. I mean, they had to stop the Jets on this series.
And also, Kevin Mawai is down. And that is also something very serious because he is one of the top centers in this league.
Their best offensive lineman. When you really couldn't tell what happened.
He was
nobody rolled up
front, so he needs to have as clear a head as a quarterback does out there.
Well, Rob Morris was telling us about him. He said, Kevin Mawai, you line up, he's a center, and I'm a middle linebacker. Then they run the screen. Well, they run the sweep. And outside is Kevin Mawai, number 68. He said, you know, sometimes I have to go back and look, and how does he get out there so fast?
Rob Morris got his first start against him and his first great lesson on what a great center can do to a middle linebacker.
At 289, the guy can really run. And Tupel will come on to punt. Trevor Inslee will go back. Low line drive kick. Inslee on the run. Terrible punt by Tupel, and Inslee is just tripped up. Jason Glenn got a fingertip on his shoe and tripped up Inslee. Tupa just hit a 36-yard.
At the other end of the base, I can't see it, so what? Salute it.
Yes, sir. Colts from the 41, Rhodes. Nice cut by Dominique Rhodes up to the 49-yard line.
Here's the difference on Dominique Rhodes. If you string him out and you have a big back like him and you got his shoulders where he can't get him square upfield, he's not effective at all. But once you get him and let him turn up into the hole, watch his shoulders. Now he's up. Now he picks up another 5 yards.
The report on Kevin Mawai, he was hitting the head. He will come back in the ballgame. 2nd and 2, Colts down 10-0. 11:18 to go, second quarter from Indianapolis. Rhodes again. He's got the first down and more to the Jets' 46-yard line. Marvin Jones, the middle linebacker, with a stop.
With the way the Jets are playing defense, you have to be able to run the football. What they're doing is they're not allowing corners up, safeties back, 7 men in the box. You've got to be able to have those guys beat those guys right there, or else the game is never going to come back to the Colts. So they've been successful now being able to run, make them go single high.
Manning throws this one away.
Reggie Wayne, I'm telling you, Reggie Wayne had no idea what he was doing. He went downfield, stopped. Peyton Manning looked at him the entire way, Joe, waited for him to do something, and he never did a thing.
But you saw something out of Peyton Manning that he fights, and that is throwing the ball away. He feels like an incompletion is a loss. Reggie Wayne trying to get up the field. You're right, Paul. There's great indecision. But also he was covered by Coleman, and Peyton just decided to throw it away. Good decision by Peyton Manning.
And all Manning could do when Reggie Wayne was coming back to the huddle was just shake his head. Rhodes, as they go back to the ground, got a nice block on the corner. Dominique Rhodes. Touchdown.
33.
A 46-yard burst, and Dominique Rhodes' 8th rushing touchdown of the season.
That's the difference of getting him squared up and not let him go to the outside. He's got to come off that tackle. Watch this. Watch him turn his shoulders. He's in the hole. It's over. It's over.
A free agent out of Midwest Texas State who has taken over for the injured Edgerrin James. And Vanderjagt for the point after. And we have a 3-point ball game here at the return by Craig Yeast. Flags are down, so is Yeast at the 30.
Take it back to about the 15.
Illegal block in the back. 10-7 Jets, second quarter. Vinny takes over at the 11-yard line. Straight back to throw. Blitz coming. Martin in the flat. Got a block from Corbett and has a first down. The smallest tight end in the league. Got him the extra 2 yards to move the chains.
Don't you like Wayne Corbett? I mean, he's downfield. He said, I really learned how to block. He said, I love to hit people. And I'm going to tell you something. He just labels. Well, Corey, number 91, and this is a defensive end. Watch number 80 on the right and left-hand side. There goes Corey down. Curtis Martin picks up the first down. Outstanding.
And that was with one arm. That was just like a little one-arm flipper.
It's only about a 100-pound weight difference there.
Leverage, man, leverage.
Vinny back to throw. Coles. And boy, has this kid made a difference in this offense. In his second year out of Florida State.
Only had 43 catches coming into this game, but 6 of them for touchdowns. Working against Nick Harper. Nice job coming out of the break. Goes up and catches the ball.
Nick Harper, this is his first start.
And actually, Wayne Corbett was the one that said that Lavernius has really made the difference. And you get appreciation when people say it, but one of the guys you work with, when he says it, it means more.
A lot of growth this year. And he has obviously become the big play guy in this offense. Martin, beautiful cut. Only be a 5-yard game, but he got it all on his own. Marcus Washington with the tackle. Curtis Martin is so durable, so strong, and so fast. I mean, he is never hurt. He always makes the tough yards. Nothing but shoulders and head fakes. Picks up 5 when it might have been stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Kevin Mawai, as you said, is back in the game. And that's good news.
Blitz coming. Vinny with time. Corbett saying he was held by Bratsky, the defensive end.
I'll tell you, this is one of the things that the Colts really have to do. And I know there's going to be a couple of times they're going to get burnt in the game, but they have got to get in Vinny Testaverde's face. They cannot allow him to stand in the middle of that field and throw the ball. That time, they brought about 6 people, and he didn't get the ball off.
Bratsky, their big pass rusher, brought him over from the New York Giants in '99. 3rd and 5. 4-man rush this time over the middle to Corbett. Wayne Corbett stretches and has the first down. But always aware of where the sticks are.
But still, Paul made an excellent point before. They brought pressure on 2nd down. They brought it again on 3rd. Vinny Testaverde's only been sacked 15 times, and you cannot allow him to sit comfortably in a pocket. Make him get moving around. You see him try and look downfield, but now it's just a little bit of a flick throw with pressure up the middle by Ellis Johnson.
Great hands by Corbett.
When in doubt, throw it to Wayne.
Works for me. Play action. Testaverde steps up and drills it, intended for Coles. Incomplete. We asked Herman Edwards what the Jets and Vinny needed to do offensively over these last 3 ball games.
Vinny's done a great job for us not turning the ball over, really orchestrating the offense where we've won 8 games. And obviously, going into these last 3 and into the end of the season here, we know we have to be more productive of offense, and we have to make more explosion plays in the passing game.
And they have lived up to that knowledge tonight, Joe. This has been a well-called ball game.
And they consider explosion plays passes over 20 yards.
Vinny steps up in the pocket, throws sideline, and it's intercepted by Harper. Nick Harper in his first NFL start.
Nick Harper's going to get credit for the interception, but Chad Bratsky, number 92, is the person, I believe, that makes Testaverde adjust his drop in his step. When Vinny Testaverde has to adjust...
Not ready to go back in yet. And they can ill afford to lose anyone on defense. That's the unit that's hurt them all year long. Great play fake again by Manning. and wide of Dominique Rhodes. For more on Harper, let's go to Susie.
Mike, Harper coming up with that interception is really no surprise. This was his first start, but he was second on the team in passes defended. He's been playing quite a bit, and he's been playing well. He said his strength is man-to-man. And when I asked him, is there a difference starting? He said, yeah, he's got a few butterflies, but he gets to warm up at the same rate as the receiver does. They can be in the same rhythm of the game. You can see that it's working for Nick tonight.
Out of Little Fort Valley State, Susie, it's a big jump to this level. Rhodes runs into Dilger, was throwing a block for him, and picks up about 3 yards.
It's that same situation that they were faced with in the last series. The Jets want to play the philosophy that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers do, and that's put the corners up, the safeties deep, and make you run the football against their front seven. If you can do that and force them out of cover two, it's an uncomfortable position for them, and you have a chance to throw the football down the field. Peyton Manning only 8 for 13, but they've been effective.
A Tampa Bay defensive style very popular these days. And not surprising with Herman Edwards coming over from that staff to take this job. Four-man rush, Manning. Dilger underneath. He's going to be about a yard shy of a first down. Good tackle by Ray Mickens, who was starting for the injured Aaron Glenn.
And that time the Jets did something. They rushed. They had Steve Martin, number 91, right in Peyton Manning's face, and he couldn't hold on any longer.
But you see the look of frustration on Peyton Manning's face. This is something he's going to have to learn. Here comes the rush up the middle. He's going to have to learn to unload the football, let the players go make plays for him. If they don't, that's okay. He's got to learn that punting is not a bad thing.
Hunter Smith to kick to Chad Morton. Hunter Smith fourth in the NFL this year, averaging 44.5 yards a kick, and he unloads on this one. Morton lets it go, and the Colts will down it inside the 5. Great play by Mike Morton down on special teams, a 52-yard kick.
See, this is where you learn that punting is not a bad thing. Chad Morton does a good job. He fielded one on the 7. This one he decided to let go. Sometimes it bounces your way. Colts have to keep the pressure on Vinny Testaverde.
And they can't stop coming after Vinny Testaverde now.
Yeah, but now for the Jets, run Curtis Martin.
And that's exactly what they do. Martin out to the 9, and there's the danger. You come on the blitz, and they run a draw with Martin. He could go 90.
But that's what I'm going to tell you. It is really a good defense against a running game, a blitz, as long as you know who's back there. Curtis Martin, look at who he's back there. If you're going on your way to the quarterback, make sure you check 28 on the way. And that time they did a good job. He did pick up 4 yards.
Chucky Wakori, number 91, sliding in, making the play again.
They're 27th against the run, 27th in total defense this year. Martin again. Curtis Martin off to the races. Still on his feet to the 39-yard line. And what great hustle by Chucky Wakori, the defensive lineman, all the way downfield to make the tackle. He's done that the entire game. What great hustle.
Paul, you made a great point. You can blitz and you can bring pressure as long as you keep your lanes. What happens? Morris gets trapped up inside, and then you see Ryan Phillips overrun it. If Phillips doesn't overrun this, Martin doesn't have a chance to cut back. And you saw Wakori go out of your picture and then hustles all the way down to make the play.
Second in the NFL in rushing, fifth in the NFL in yards from scrimmage. The brilliant Curtis Martin. Testaverde floats one, Quebec. Beautiful catch at the 37, a gain of 22.
I would like to know the number of catches that Wayne Corbett has made in his career diving.
Without his feet on the ground.
Yeah, watch this. Where Vinny Testaverde puts this ball, the only guy that has a chance is Wayne Corbett. Look at this. Up in the air, total concentration, off the ground. Look at this catch. Is that perfect? Nobody does it better than he does.
They are still throwing the ball at nearly a 2-to-1 pace over running it. Lamont Jordan checks in to give Martin a breather, and he goes in motion. Blitz coming off the corner, and they throw to Coles. Great recognition by Vinny. He sees the corner blitz, knows Coles is wide open, and gets him the ball.
Yeah, you're not going to get to Vinny. What you have to do is just disrupt his timing. You can see it. Everybody's on the same page. Everybody said, you know, you've got to be a mobile quarterback to run the West Coast offense. Vinny Testaverde, and I asked him about it. I said, you don't have the mobility like the Steve Youngs and some of the other guys, the Brett Favre. He says, but they don't have my height to be able to see over the defenders either.
Martin. Dragging Chad Cota with him, about a half-yard shy of a first down. But, Joe, you have to consider, I mean, you talk about Vinny and maybe his lack of athleticism. They've already put him out as a wide receiver.
Oh, and believe me, it's not the first time. I think he's getting more and more comfortable with it. He looks a little stiff in his setup, though. That's the only thing. He looked a little
You don't think they're going to throw it to him?
Maybe.
No, maybe.
Third down.
That's exactly where the Jets want Peyton Manning. They want him sitting right next to the telephone with his helmet off watching the ball game.
Can't hurt you over there, can he? Kareem McKenzie checks into the offensive line, and Curtis Martin gets the first down to the 26-yard line. Since 1995, Curtis Martin has more rushing attempts and more yards than any other back in the NFL. This guy is so special, and he is such a tremendous human being. You can't help but root for Curtis Martin. We have reached the 2-minute warning in Indianapolis. We've got a good one here, a 3-point game between the Jets and the Colts. 1889 to 1893.
It's also one of the Beatles. It's also where Paul stays when it comes to Indianapolis.
Lamont Jordan is the tailback, and Testaverde to throw. Corbett just snatched it out of the air. What a catch.
As I said, when in doubt, just throw it to him. He's going to catch it. You know, of course, he said yesterday, it's been a long time that I haven't thrown me the ball much this year, but look at him throwing the ball now. Watch his catch. Look at the hands. And his eyes he never lets loose of that ball with his eyes. Makes the catch, knows exactly where he is, and gets the first down.
Corbett only had 39 catches coming into this ball game. He said, on paper, this should be a great system for me. On paper. It hasn't been yet this year. It's working pretty well tonight. Nice fake by Vinny. Dumps it to Anderson. An excellent coverage that time by Ryan Phillips.
You know, Kevin Mawai, we talked about, he's got his bell ring, but you're not going to keep him on the bench. Watch the things he does. When Rob Morris, the linebacker, said he's everywhere, watch this. He's going to pass off a block. See that? And then he hits Ellis coming in the hole. Now watch this next play. You want to see speed to the outside? Here he is on a sweep. Now here he is on a screen. He's number 68. Watch him turn up and hit Cota. Bam! And there's a touchdown.
You don't see many guys, 290 pounds, that can run like that. Vinny with the fade. Coles incomplete.
Well, what a nice job by David Macklin. So often we see defensive backs, when they're in press coverage, just focus on the receiver. Watch what he does at the end. There's the focus on the receiver. Now, look for the ball. Makes a play on the ball. That's the big key. Now he stands as much of a chance as the receiver to do something with it. That's an excellent job of press man-to-man coverage.
Kevin Swain is in, 3rd and 6. The Jets go with 4 wide receivers, including Anderson. Vinny with time to Anderson underneath, but Cota has him at the 4. It's shy of a first down.
That's a good job. That's an excellent job by the Colts defense. Keeping him out of the end zone, force him to try a field goal. And what they'll do is they'll let the clock run down as far as they can. In all likelihood, the Jets will use a timeout, but they'll try and burn it under 1 minute.
And there is the timeout with 1:17 to go.
The Colts took it. They want to save it.
Which is not getting very clear.
No, it's
They
not.
haven't contacted Joe yet, have they? No.
I'm sorry, I'm not at liberty to make that comment.
Hasn't cleaned up his resume yet. John Hall for the chip shot field goal. Knocks it through. And the Jets increase their steep to take this kickoff. He has muffed 2 in a row. Hall with a really good kick. McDougal 3 yards deep, thinks better of it this time, and gets the Bronx cheer south to join the expansion Texans. The Jaguars and the Titans move over there.
That'd be an interesting division.
Yes, it will.
Yeah. Of course, Dom Capers and his Houston Texans getting ready, trying to tear down every piece of film on every one of those teams. Now, this is where Peyton Manning has got to study the film and make some decisions.
Manning underneath to Harrison. Got by Henderson for a couple more to the 28-yard line. 500 grabs for Marvin Harrison. He needs 502 to have more catches in his first 6 years than anybody who's ever played this game.
Lionel Taylor, of course, the great Denver Bronco.
Trying to pass Sterling Sharp's record of 501 in his first 6 years, and he'll get there. Pollard hit just as the ball arrived by Ferrier. The second big hit tonight for James Ferrier.
I think in a situation like this, as Peyton Manning runs this offense, the Jets in all likelihood will not bring the pressure that we've seen create the problems for him. They'll play probably a prevent style of defense. It allows him to look one way, pump, and come back to try and get a big play down the middle.
I'll tell you what, he's getting some heat on the outside from John Abraham.
2nd and 10. Quickly again to Harrison. Looking for running room, knocked down. Shy of the first down, just across the 40. Ray Mickens made the tackle, and the Colts will burn another timeout.
Has to make this offense go. But I'm impressed with the way he's operated this offense tonight. He's letting other guys try and make plays for him.
30-yard with 32 seconds to go in the half. Manning just going for the first down. Harrison, and that was catch number 502, another record for Marvin Harrison. And Manning will hustle him up to the line just to kill the clock, and he does with 19 seconds to go.
He's taking a page out of the Brett Favre era.
Just get first
downs. That's what Favre said.
Hey, a guy,
don't look at that clock. Get some first downs.
A guy who ran it well was last night Rich Gannon.
Didn't he?
Unfortunately, Sebastian Janikowski didn't deliver, but boy, did Rich Gannon do a job getting his team in position to have a chance to take that thing to overtime.
You may have named the 3 guys who run the 2-minute drill better than anyone in the NFL. Harrison with the 6 catches for 60 yards in this half. Jets show blitz and come with 5. Underneath Mickens, nearly with the pick that was intended for Harrison.
Boy, Ray Mickens was just waiting on that baby. If that thing was thrown a little bit more to the inside, it would have been all his.
Well, the Jets showed a blitz from that side, and it caused Peyton Manning to hesitate just for a second. And Ray gets almost a finger on it, but of course Marvin wasn't anywhere near it either.
Mickens, who is a great nickelback, starting for Aaron Glenn tonight. Manning under pressure. And that was caught by Reggie Swain, the rookie.
Well, I'll tell you, he had some pressure that time. John Abraham was in the backfield in his face. Sean Ellis was in his face. And I'll tell you what, that's without a blitz. Watch these 2 guys, 92, 94. And they're both there.
Reggie Wayne did a nice job by getting out of bounds. Now it's 4th down. You pick up the first down, you call a timeout, you go out and try and kick the field goal.
The guy that's only missed 1 in the month of December.
Yeah. I think you go to Marvin Harrison on that slant that you've been throwing.
It's going to be tough to jinx Vanderjet anymore. Trying to get the first down, they go to Dominique Rhodes. crossed them up with a run, and Rhodes has the first down to the 33, and then Rhodes goes down after the play as they call a timeout with 5 seconds left. Looked like he was trying to get up, and Manning was hustling downfield, and Manning ran into him.
Well, he's a little groggy.
Boy, it's something when your quarterback knocks you out.
Yeah, but I mean, was that a great call?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a great call?
It was.
They got him it was 4th down. They got him in a position they can kick a field goal. And here comes the play. Oh, Manning's got it, knocked him out.
Just right in this. Here's the run. Now watch when he gets up. Dominic's doing the right thing. He's hustling. Peyton's trying to call timeout. And there's a shot in the gut.
You don't think Peyton Manning is going to lord this over Dominique Rhodes for at least the rest of the year?
Yeah, I knocked you out. But he's got those big rib pads, and that's what hit him in the head. He's down there. I got knocked out by a quarterback.
Now keep in mind, Peyton started in the shotgun on that play, saw something that he wanted to change the play to, moved Dominic Rhodes over, made the audible, and got his team into position for an opportunity.
Vanderjagt will have a 50-yard opportunity. His first try, 45 yards, kissed off the right upright. Got this one inside the post. Vanderjagt with a 50-yarder to end the first half to the delight of Jim Mora. So the Colts make the 2-minute drill pay off with a field goal. And at the half, they trail the Jets. Are deep to receive.
And also for you to live to 110.
That's right. They make the playoffs. I'm golden. Yeast. Brought down at the 26. Moments ago, Susie had a chance to talk to Jim Mora. Susie?
Mike, if Peyton Manning has been criticized for being too aggressive, it seems as though he's got the right mix tonight. He's making his throws, but he's also throwing some away.
Yeah, and he's being patient. You got to be patient against this Jet defense because they're not gonna give you the big play. We're gonna have to get the big play after we catch it. Defensively, we're hanging in there. We've given up a lot of yards, but we've only held them to 13 points. We just got to tackle a little bit better.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Jim. The Jets start with a 3 wide receiver set. And Curtis Martin is the single setback, and Vinny on a roll. Nice throw to Crabette. Flag is down in the secondary. Illegal contact against the Colts. First half numbers, the Jets with the advantage, 255 to 204. Just the one turnover, the interception of Testaverde.
And he's thrown to 9 different receivers.
And a lot of this has nothing to do with the Colts defense. It has to do with the last 3 games of the regular season and the playoffs. Martin takes it to the 44-yard line. Jets leaders in the first half. Testaverde 176, a touchdown and a pick. Curtis Martin has already rushed for 73, and Crabette in probably his best half of the year, 6 catches, 79 yards. You hate to see Wayne Crabette in the ball game and not have the ball thrown to him.
I think you're a part of the Jets offense, you realize that he's the guy that gets everything started for you and keeps it going.
2nd and 8 for New York. Martin too high.
I'll tell you one thing. It is a good thing that ball was thrown away and Nick Harper was looking at the ball, because if Curtis Martin would have caught it stretched out, Harper would have laid him out.
Would have hurt him.
Oh, yeah. You take a look at this. Look on the outside. Look at Curtis Martin stretching, and coming into the picture right now is Harper. He was there.
You know, the Colts defense has been maligned a lot this year. And Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator, everybody talks about where they're ranked. He's done a nice job of mixing things up tonight. I think he's got to come after Vinny Testaverde and keep the pressure on.
Colts come with 4. Testaverde over the middle. Anthony Becht The tight end down to the 45, a first down. Nick Harper makes the tackle. With protection, Testaverde still throws that beautiful ball. He'll pick you apart.
He really will. I mean, he has such a comfort zone in this pocket. Goes back, sets. Good job by that offensive line. Let the ends rush up. Give Vinny a chance to step up. He's a big quarterback. He needs to have the opportunity to step up and make plays. Sort of hitches his pants up.
Vinny's now thrown for 187 yards on 15 out of 26. And Becht becoming more and more of a threat in this offense. Martin on the toss. Big hole off the left side. And Martin inside the 40 down to the 39.
Rob Morris, number 94, the Colts middle linebacker. As we sat with him yesterday, he said, you know, I have got to, basically in college what I did is I used to just run to the football. There are so many things to learn. Watch him, 94, right part of your screen. He's running to the ball. What he's got to learn to do is slow down enough to make the tackles. He has overrun 5 or 6 plays like that tonight. He's got to slow down a half a beat so that he can make the play on the running back.
He's basically a rookie, missed virtually all of last season with a knee injury. Said he learned a lot about being a professional ball player, but not much about the systems on the field. Martin gang tackled this time as he tries to reach the change at the 35.
Well, one of the things that Rob Morris told us that he knows all of the basic stuff. I know where to line up and I know where to key. I got all that down.
Marcus Washington and Rob Morris is in pretty good shape for the future.
3rd and a yard. Martin behind Soul, and he has the first down. Let's go to Susie.
Well, Mike, Curtis Martin considered the ultimate workhorse, a career average of 21.8 carries a game. That's the most for any player. Talk about an effective combination, and he almost never fumbles. In fact, we have the jinx going here. The last time he fumbled was on our broadcast, but he has a career rate of 1 fumble for every 119 times he handles the ball. No doubt he is a complete back and probably one of the more underrated in the league, don't you think?
Absolutely, Susie, and I think he fumbled on our telecast right after we mentioned the fact he hadn't fumbled, much like Vanderjagt's missed field goal. That one was behind Wayne Corbett, and he couldn't reach back and get it.
That time the Jets decided to go with an empty backfield. They split Curtis Martin out to the top and tried to just hit something quick up the field. Try and spread him out and let him go. Paul Hackett, a little bit more. They've been effective that way. Now we're starting to see the evolution of this offense.
Draw play to Martin. Nice tackle that time by Rob Morris, the middle linebacker.
Susie talked about the workhorse Curtis Martin. Does it all. Little quick draw up the middle. Nice little cut to the outside. Now you see him again. Rob Morris can't bring him down. Makes that first guy miss. Gets a little bit of space. Nice job of switching the ball. A little stutter step. Always trying to pick up those extra few yards.
3rd and 6. And he has run for more yards against the Colts than anyone in NFL history. Over 1,500 yards. Testaverde back to throw. That one's tipped. Corbett can't get it, and it looked like Ellis Johnson got it, and he was dropping back in zone coverage.
You know what they did, the Colts? Boy, I do like this. Macklin is the corner. He comes on the blitz, and I'm going to tell you, they don't get near Vinny Testaverde, but he threw the ball out of rhythm. He threw the ball when he didn't want to throw it, and they accomplished it even though they didn't get to him.
John Hall comes on. He's 2 for 2 tonight. 47 and 22 yards. This would be the longest at 48.
Kickers are quirky. He wears his chin strap under his chin around his neck. I mean, you know,
they have a chin.
They're just little quirky guys.
Hall.
Quirky guys who can really kick is what they are.
McDougal deep. Driven into the corner, takes it at the goal line. McDougal making up for a couple of earlier muffs all the way out to the 40-yard line. John Hall, the kicker. Colts start from their own 40, down 16-10.
This is where Peyton Manning, if he's aggressive, this is where he likes to be aggressive.
They go with a run to Rhodes, and he's aggressive for 14 yards into Jets territory.
Boy, I love what they've done to him. We talked about in the first quarter, they ran him wide 3 times. He didn't gain a yard. Now watch. Look at the blocking in the offensive line. They get out. All they have to do is just kick someone out. Glenn gets a block. McKinney gets a block. And that hole is there.
Rhodes, coming off 177 yards a week ago, has 90 tonight on 11 carries. Manning with time underneath to Harrison. Did a good job at ducking Mo Lewis.
Joe, I don't think Peyton Manning realized how wide open Marvin Harrison was. He kept looking downfield, and here comes Harrison.
Well, he gets there so quick. See, he's really boogieing across the middle there. He's just zipping right along. You know, it's interesting. I watch Marvin Harrison, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce. These guys are so smart. When they catch the ball in the middle, what they'll do is they'll go down before anybody really gets a shot on them.
Another big night for Harrison. Manning, who may be the smartest quarterback in the NFL at recognizing defenses and changing plays. Back to throw, underneath, same thing to Harrison, same result.
You know, Mike, you bring up an interesting point. We talked to Peyton Manning on Friday, and I asked him about all of the gyrations and the movements and all the things that he does prior to the snap, and he said, when we play a team like they played Atlanta, and he was very successful against them, that haven't seen it, he said, I like to play a game. But he said, when you play the Jets, he's been up against Victor Green so many times, for example, their strong safety. He said, you know, I can't do that. I have to play it pretty straight across the vest. So when he's audibilizing, he's doing it for a reason.
Well, it looked like he had a good reason that time, and now he's doing it again. About half of this is just fake, and they stay to the original play. Manning wide open. Pollard, his first catch of the night for a touchdown.
This is only the second time this evening that he threw the ball to Marcus Pollard. And Marcus Pollard told us, look at Peyton Manning. He's doing, we said to Mo Lewis, how much is this real and how much isn't? He said, when I look at the offensive linemen and they don't move, I know that this isn't real. But look at here, Pollard. He said there is no one person that's going to be able to cover him.
And Pollard may have stepped out of bounds. It looked like that left foot was on the line.
Here comes the flag. They're going to challenge the call. The flag is on the field.
They see it, Paul. They see it, Paul.
Well, I'm trying to get the referee's attention.
You got his attention.
Hey!
You did.
Yo!
I don't know that they can hear you from up here.
Good job, Paul.
Thanks, Joe.
And I'm sure Herm appreciates.
White.
Where is the ball? That will not overturn it.
That's a tough angle.
That will not overturn it.
You know,
I don't know.
He's not out of bounds.
I don't think he's out.
He's not out of bounds.
Reviewing the play, it's been determined the player did not go out of bounds. The ruling is a touchdown.
Way to go. And that's a good decision. That really is a good decision.
And that will cost the Jets a timeout. We'll see if that comes back to her. Vanderjagt for the lead. (17-16) to put the Colts back on top. Used from the 10. Turns the corner. Used finally forced out of bounds near midfield. Jets start from the 47. Vinny with time. Screen to Martin. And the Colts did a good job defending that one. Chad Bratsky was right in the middle of it.
Well, there's a you know what? The offensive line of the Colts blocked too well.
Yeah.
They blocked him at the line of scrimmage and left him there. They didn't let him get through.
Good point.
And they all just waited on the screen.
And Martin actually had to come back to get the ball.
Yeah, you've got to let those defensive linemen, let them think that they're beating you.
Vinny's waiting for pressure and nobody's there.
The numbers on Vinny, 187 so far. His high for the year, 202. Four-man rush. Good protection. And too high this time for Santana Moss.
David Macklin has taken on everybody. Any receiver that...
Anybody out of the slot any better than that. And Macklin really stepping up with Burris injured and out. Now it's 3rd and 11, and this crowd is really into it. There's Jeff Burris. And the Jets will have to use a timeout. They are down to 1. 3rd and a yard. Check at 3rd and 11. Testaverde. Short and intercepted, picked off by Harper. His 2nd of the game, his 2nd of the career.
You know what? This was beautiful coverage because Macklin ended up...
No, it wasn't.
Wait a minute.
It's a lousy throw. Go ahead.
Besides that,
I'm sorry.
Macklin lines up on Wayne Corbett, and then he sprints so that Harper knows that he's got help short, and all Harper had to go was deep. On the left-hand side of your screen, eventually you're going to see number 27, Macklin. There he is short, and look at this. Now, you're right. It was a lousy throw.
It's horribly underthrown, and we're going to show you in another shot in a minute out of the pocket how Vinny Testaverde pulls up and really doesn't let this one fly.
In the last few years, the Colts have been terrible at intercepting passes. They only had 8 this year coming into tonight. They've increased that by 2, courtesy of Harper. Rhodes fumbles. The Jets all over it. John Abraham got a hand in there and knocked it loose, and the Jets have it right back.
You know who's got the ball? John Abraham.
He deserved it.
Wow. What a play.
What a turnaround.
Talk about a guy blowing up a play. Right part of your screen. Number 94 just comes flying. Goes right around Adam Meadows. Knocks the ball loose. Now look at the pursuit. Okay. Knocks it away from Dominique Rhodes. Ball's on the ground. And who's hustling to go get it? Number 94.
Turnovers on back-to-back plays. Martin, nowhere to go. The Colts swarm him under Josh Williams led the charge. Marcus Washington came in and finished them off.
The one thing that Paul Hackett, the offensive coordinator of the Jets, can't do is I don't believe he can decide to get conservative at this point.
Tackle by 50.
I think he has to call the game. Even though it looks like the Colts are fired up, stuffed one run, I still think you have to be able to throw the football effectively. They've done it quite well all night. Can't get too conservative now.
Empty backfield for Testaverde.
Come and get him.
4-man rush. Out in the flat wide of Richie Anderson. Boy, this Colts defense has really come out fired up in the second half.
Yeah, but that time...
Vanderjagt leading the cheers for the defense. 3rd and long. Screen to Anderson. Nice cut, but tackled from behind. That is a brilliant defensive play by Chad Bratsky. That saved a huge game.
You got guys hanging around the line of scrimmage. Don't go throwing screens in there. But I'm telling you.
The other thing is, when guys hustle and do a little bit more than just their job, this is what happens. Chad Bratsky is blocked. It's a screen. He's on the other side. All he's doing is hustling to try and make a play. Because if he doesn't make that tackle, Richie Anderson's going a long way.
Now John Hall with a chance to give his team the lead. He's already hit from 47, 48, and a chip shot from 22. This is 46. And Hall is perfect again.
Playing. And this defense will only be as good as you guys allow it to be.
McDougal is deep. Hall's done a nice job kicking off as well tonight. A yard deep. McDougal, who gets there in a hurry, bursts through the middle and gets out to the 30. Upended by Chris Hayes. We asked Herman Edwards about the goals, and he has done an outstanding job in his first year. The Colts trail again, start from their own 30, and Manning goes right back to work. Harrison again with the short stuff will pick up about 5. James Ferrier with the tackle. Here is the AFC playoff picture right now. Pittsburgh, Oakland, and New England with the lead in the East. The wild cards, Miami, Baltimore, and the Jets have the top 3 spots. Seattle, Denver, and Tennessee hoping that the Jets fail tonight, which would get them back in it. A Jets win, and a couple of these guys are eliminated. Indianapolis, Denver, Tennessee, and Cleveland would all be knocked out by a Jets victory this evening. Rhodes spun down, lost the ball again. The Jets have it. Marvin Jones, the middle linebacker, knocked it loose. Rhodes has fumbled on back-to-back possessions. He's saying, hey, I was down. He's praying somebody will say, yeah, you were.
He keeps pointing to the ground, but nobody, the offense may as well get off the field.
Unless you're going to challenge it.
Get a chance to take a look.
Up. Here it is. Marvin Jones, number 55. Watch this. He gets him, he spins him around.
I think he might be down.
Now, wait a minute. Wait. We'll see it here, Cody.
Nope, he's not. Well, I don't know. I'm looking at the ball. I'm looking at the ball come out, but I'm not sure that his knee doesn't hit the ground prior to it. The reason why they're taking their time is because they want to have a chance to look at the replays. That's why they're talking to Dominic Rhodes now. This is smart. This is like getting a 20-second timeout without using it.
Did you see Peyton Manning? Dominic Rhodes was getting up, and Manning put his hand on his shoulder pad and said, stay down. It looked from that second replay like Rhodes' knee had not hit yet.
All right, here it is right here. Watch this. When he turns now, take a look at his left leg. That's down. No, the ball's coming out. That's fumble. It's a good call.
Yep.
And another break for the Jets. Can they take advantage? They have been the most opportunistic team in the NFL this year. Testaverde underneath to Richie Anderson. To the 32.
The last time they got a fumble, the Jets ran 4 plays for a -1 yard and got 3 points.
Well, they got a little bit more than that one on that play.
Yeah.
And Rhodes getting a little talking to. He has fumbled on back-to-back possessions.
Well, that's, when you talk to coaches and you say, what against the team, what do you need to do? And the most important thing is protect the football. And remember, the Jets have got more takeaways than anybody in the National Football League.
And the Colts were the worst at turning the ball over in giveaway takeaway ratio.
Curtis Martin on the draw, runs into Anderson, stretches down to the 31. They need to reach the 29 for a first down.
When the Jets, at the beginning of the game, Joseph, you talked about them opening
in the playoffs, throwing the football.
See what they call on 3rd and 2. And now Vinny fakes like he's changing the play. The direct snap to Curtis Martin, and he is knocked out of bounds right at the sticks. Where they marked it, it's going to be just shy.
Boy, did David Macklin close. Number 27. I mean, he closes on Curtis Martin.
How's that for being alert as a defense, though? Look at Vinny does his thing. They shift a little bit, but look at the linebackers. Chad Cota, number 37, coming up. Macklin again does a real nice job, and Cota says it's right here. It's right there. Wow. Well, if that's the case, you're always right.
No, yeah, sure.
You're always right. Don't second guess yourself.
No, I got that blue eye.
I'm sorry.
Well,
it's not defensively in the front line. The Indianapolis Colts don't have those big anchors in the middle. They're not a very big defensive line. And this Jet offensive line is pretty darn good.
Anderson and Martin behind Testaverde. Richie Anderson with a dive. He should have it. Colts say they have the football. Macklin, they're going to blow the play dead. Oh, would that have been something? Holy cow.
I'll tell you, he must have hit the ground in a hurry, because it didn't take but a second for Macklin to be up running the other way.
Macklin was up. I mean, he got the ball.
What do you think, Paul?
It's not a great spot, but I think they have it.
Paul?
He had to get on the other side. You know what? It's right on the 1st and 10. Honestly, where they put this ball, I don't think he has it.
It's right on our 1st and 10 line, but
oh, wait a minute.
I don't think he made it. Oh, my goodness gracious sakes. Wow, you can't make it by much more than that.
Got to buy a length.
That's the old left foot, right foot by an official.
I just want to see how the ball came out, but if it's blown dead, it doesn't make any difference.
Here's the handoff.
You know what? That's a fumble. You know why?
Because
he's not on the ground. It's a fumble.
That ball is out. If I'm Jim Mora,
right.
I'll challenge it right now. He does not have possession of that ball, and that ball is not on the ground. If I was him, I'd challenge it.
But if they blow him dead, it's over with, Joe.
Oh, I'm sorry. The inadvertent whistle that doesn't exist anymore. You're right.
So a break for the Jets. They got the first down, avoided the fumble. Now can they turn it into points? Curtis Martin inside the 20. That's such a great burst. You know, Curtis Martin, his mother said something interesting a couple of years ago to just display his generosity. She said he wouldn't have any money left if it weren't for me. His church in Pittsburgh, people come to him from everywhere and say, Curtis, I need this, Curtis, I need that. And they got it. And his mom says, you know, he makes a lot of money, but he needs to keep some of it. He's just a good-hearted person and a heck of a football player. Martin again. Covers up the ball, gets down to the 16-yard line.
You know the thing he does? He can set up blocks, and he can do that very well. He sets them up. But when he has to get a yard, he can explode.
He's that powerful. Coming into this year, Curtis Martin's goal was to be the leading rusher in the National Football League. He told his offensive line that. You see where he is, right behind Priest Holmes. This is very important to him. He made his mind up a long time ago. He said, because if I'm able to do that, it'll help our entire offense.
And Curtis Martin has gone over the 100-yard mark. 19 carries, 101 yards. Testaverde to throw. Martin in the flat. Great juke to get away from the first tackler down to the 11. Season high. Curtis Martin has gone over 100, and Wayne Corbett, most of those catches early, 6 for 79 yards. Testaverde is going to change the play. Colts come with a blitz. Fade to Coles. An excellent defense again. Heck of a game. 3rd and 4. Colts defense trying to force another field goal attempt after another turnover. Martin dives for the 6th. That's where he had to get for the first down. We may have another measurement.
Well, I'll tell you, the guy on the left that comes in and marks this ball did not give him a favorable mark, because this is going to be 4th down. And look at Vinny. You already went for it on 4th and short. Now you're inside the 10. What's the sense of wasting that 4th down before if you're not going to do it again?
You know, I'll agree with you on that one. If you're going to do it once on the drive in their territory, you might as well do it the second time.
Yeah, I mean, what's the purpose? They're going to get a measurement, which they're allowed to call for, and they're going to be about a half a yard short. But if you did it once, why not do it again?
I'd kick it here, to be honest with you. I would kick this one. You were too far away to try any type of a kick other than a punt. And I would take the points now and put yourself up.
Doesn't beat you, and Corbett is going to go to the locker room. We'll get a report on him as soon as possible.
Yeah, I just don't understand. If you're going to go on one time on 4th down, I think you go both times. You're all the way down.
John Hall going for a career-high 5 field goals in one game. He's 4 for 4.
Like I said, Tupa is a quarterback, though.
Hall converts again. Timeout on the field. The Jets lead now. Goals out. McDougal is deep. Short kick this time from the 10. Well, he goes full bore, doesn't he? McDougal up to the 35. Saturday night at 9 for New Orleans. They are still alive, especially considering Tampa Bay's tough schedule down the stretch.
Yeah, we got the final game there with Philadelphia and Tampa Bay.
Colts start from the 35. They've had back-to-back turnovers, both fumbles by Rhodes. Play action by Manning under pressure, and Manning will be sacked at the 34. Rick Lyle, John Abraham, James Reed, the rookie, everybody giving chase.
What has happened, and why haven't they thrown the ball to Kent Dilger?
They have on occasion.
At the beginning of the game, and they went away from it. Here comes the play here. Here's the pass rush. And it's only a 4-man rush, and that was just coverage in the secondary. Manning had no place to go.
2nd and 11. Pollard. Marcus Pollard to the 50. Is he athletic or what?
See that little step over deal?
Well, really, I mean, take one giant step for me. I mean, that was just very athletic with his move. Does a nice job of catching the ball in the middle. Now here comes the big step. One big whoop over the tackle. When he takes a giant step, it's 4 yards.
I mean, that's a guy who's 248 yards and can run.
40 pounds.
2 100-yard receiving games this year.
First down, Colts at midfield. They're down by 5. Rhodes. The crowd holding its breath, and Rhodes gets to the 44. For more on him, here's Susan.
Well, Mike, here's a kid who's working so hard tonight, but on the season, 6 fumbles lost. That's the most in the NFL, and it's just so evident how much they miss Edgerrin James. I mean, just besides the experience, Peyton Manning says, without James, you lose 7 big plays a game. Somebody has to make up for them, and you find this team, and Manning especially, pressing, trying to make up for the loss of James.
And Susie, Edgerrin James was a guy who didn't put the ball on the ground either. McDougal checks in. The running back, he'll get a chance to spell Rhodes. Pollard knocked down by Ferrier. It's a first down.
I would like to see this again. I like to see how he got this ball in there. I mean, this ball had no room in that window.
He has had a couple batted up in the air tonight, and they haven't landed in anybody else's hands. This one, he just squeezes this thing right through and under. I mean, that was right under Rick Lyle's armpit.
That is unbelievable. He got that thing in that window.
But quarterbacks can do that.
Oh, stop.
Part of the talent that they have.
And Tarek Glenn moves early. That'll cost him 5.
Have you ever heard so much yelling and screaming? I'm just saying.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
It's the first penalty against the Colts offense.
Peyton Manning starts yelling. Then the defense starts yelling. Then Peyton yells a little more. The defense yells a little more. I really think that because Peyton does so many different things, not to have his offensive line jump off sides more than they do is great credit to their discipline.
And now Dominic Rhodes is going to get some medical attention. We'll check on him as well. Corbett running earlier for the Jets. Blitz coming. They pick it up. Now Manning will go down, and there's a flag down as well. McDougal, who stayed in to pass protect, couldn't get the block on Mo Lewis, at least not long enough to keep him away from Manning.
You're asking 203 to keep 260 out. 258, 260 pounds. Mo Lewis, when he comes on a blitz, he's a big guy, and Kevin McDougal isn't going to keep him away.
And Mo Lewis is one of the best tacklers I ever saw. When he gets you, he's got you.
Offense.
They're going to refuse this. Because of the sack, they're going to refuse this, and now it's going to be second and real long.
Adam Meadows, well,
whoa.
That's the old sleeper hold. Just wrap
Killer
Kowalski. That other one around. He's down. Sound asleep.
McDougal lowers his head and gets to the 39. Lewis and Ferrier combine on the tackle.
We've heard so much about the aggressive nature of Peyton Manning, yet we haven't seen him really be aggressive with the football at all tonight. We've heard about Vinny Testaverde being basically conservative, And through the first half, they were very aggressive. I think this is one where Tom Moore has got to figure out a way to get the ball to Marvin Harrison or Marcus Pollard in the middle of the football field.
3rd and 11. Dilger, little swing, and he's going to throw it. Dilger wide open. Harrison, touchdown.
Oh, man.
You want aggressive? You got aggressive.
Tom Moore, the offensive coordinator. Talk about inventive. Ken Dilger was a quarterback in high school. They have worked on this play every practice I have watched. We've done them 3 times. We've been here twice. I've watched him do it, and you wonder when he's going to get it. Dilger lined up in the backfield, loses ground, does a nice job of catching the football. Look at him reset, and then, of course, Marvin Harrison, get the ball to your big play guy.
Perfectly executed. Great call by Tom Moore on 3rd and 11. And usually on 3rd and long, those plays don't work because the secondary drops so deep.
But you have to remember that the Colts haven't been very aggressive down the field. They're all short passes.
The Colts are up by 1. They're going to go for 2, Paul.
That was as close as I've ever seen to being a forward pass by Manning to Kent Dilger. Ken Dilger.
I thought that was the lateral. Manning in the shotgun as they go for the 2-point conversion. Now hand it off to McDougal. Lowers his shoulder and got in there. The lead is 3.
McDougal only has 1 speed, forward.
And fast.
You get to this time of year, and you've got to look for plays. You saw one in the Chicago game where Brian Urlacher makes a play. Now you see Ken Dilger just set up, break out those old high school days and throw a touchdown.
Also the longest pass play of the night for the Colts. Craig Yeast on the return to the 26-yard line.
Take a look at this play. Kent Dilger's lined up in the backfield. He's going to swing on out here. Marvin Harrison's going to do his little stutter thing and take off. And the Jets just think that Dilger's going to run the swing pass. They're thinking, wow, here comes the blitz. We've done an excellent job defending it. Whoop! I don't think so. What a nice job by Marvin Harrison once he gets in the open field. But look at Dilger. Set, fire, throw the spiral.
You never forget,
let the little big
quarterback. You know what?
No, it's like riding a bike, Paul. You know that.
I don't know how to ride a bike.
Yeah, but you can punt.
Testaverde with an empty backfield. Flanker screen. Anderson takes it out to the 30. This is so huge for the Jets. Remember, if they win their final 3 games, they control their own destiny. They win the AFC East. But they've got to do that if they lose tonight or any of the other weeks. They have to hope somebody else gives them a break.
Well, I'm talking to Herman Edwards yesterday. I said, what about this Colt team? He said, I'll tell you what, it scares me to death. They're a team that mathematically have slim, but they're going to throw everything they can possibly throw at us because they have no place else to go. And they just threw one of them at them.
Testaverde dumps it to Martin. Curtis Martin breaks a tackle, has a first down out of bounds at the 45.
Ryan Phillips, number 56, is in a perfect position to make a play on Curtis Martin and hold him to about a 3-yard gain. This is how strong he is. Now, Phillips is 250. He just sort of runs away from him. I mean, it's like he's hardly touched. Comes up, makes the play, can't hang on to him. It's like he's hardly stopped.
Is Curtis aware of where he is at all times?
And
where everyone else is?
He was certainly aware of where Ryan Phillips was.
Yes, he was.
Blitz comes. Draw play. Martin. Chad Cota is still wondering where Curtis Martin is.
Well,
Chad Cota is a heck of a veteran safety.
We saw Nick Harper have Curtis Martin do the same thing to him. And here comes Chad Cota, who's a pretty good tackler. And he comes up into the hole, and watch this, folks. Watch this. Here's a leg. You want that leg? It's all yours.
Talked about Curtis Martin having to touch the ball 30 times. He has 25 touches tonight, 111 yards rushing, 31 receiving.
End around, Coles, Testaverde ready to throw a block. Lavernius Coles run out of bounds. So Vinny has been a lead blocker and a wide receiver on 2 different plays tonight.
But Kerry Jenkins, I mean, he gets an outstanding block on Ellis Johnson. He peels back. He just, you know, you catch a guy on the blind side. Watch on the right-hand side of the screen. Number 71. Watch him peel back. Right there. Bang. And there goes Ellis Johnson down. Vinny Testaverde. You going to call that a block? Did you call that a block?
He was out there trying.
Who said you did?
I did.
Oh, look at that. See? He got a hand on Macklin. It officially counts as an attempted block. My mind, anyway.
First down, Jets at the Colts 38. Down by 3. Martin on the toss. Colts string this one out, courtesy of David Macklin. Down to the sideline to Susie. She's got more on Wayne Corbett.
Well, Mike, here comes Wayne Corbett running out from the locker room. They took him in for cramps. He is expected to come back into the game. And you know what? In crunch time, they can't afford to not have him out there. Tonight, 6 catches, 79 yards. He does so much more to make this offense go with his blocking. And Lavernius Cole said he just appreciates having him out there on the other side. Here he is back again.
All right, Susie, and that last pattern we saw him run, that was a beautifully executed pass pattern.
Tighten them socks up, get ready to go back in.
Martin goes in motion, leaving Anderson in the backfield. And Anderson, on that play fake, a play they ran before, Anthony Beck, the tight end. 2 guys take him down at the 32. It's going to be 3rd and about 4.
Both of the Colts corners, Nick Harper and David Macklin, have really played well. Watch this. Good job by Williams. He's going to get out. Josh Williams going to create a problem. Now, Beck is a big guy. Look at Nick. Stick his head in there. Wait for help to come.
3rd down.
Chucky Wakori's been all over the field helping out. A lot of hustle tonight. A lot of hustle by this Colts defense.
If they don't get the first down from here, it would be a 49-yard field goal.
They only have 4 seconds. They're going to have to use their last timeout.
So they will have none for the final 6:08. Jets down by 3, but driving.
One blustery autumn Sunday, 2 Warriors hunkered down in the fury.
Now we saw Ken Dilger throw. Curtis Martin certainly can throw.
3rd and 4. Blitz coming. They pick it up. Testaverde over the middle. Corbett covered by Cota.
Boy, I'll tell you what, I love the defense. I love what they did. They blitzed. They set Macklin in and he's a corner. And Chad Cota closes on Corbett. Look at this.
What they do is they go in and out coverage on Corbett.
Great play.
Macklin plays outside, Cota plays inside, and the Jets really ran the route right into the teeth of the defense.
John Hall is hit from 22, 24, 46, 47, and 48. This is from 50 to tie. Hooked it. Good. Dominique Rhodes is back in the ball game. The Colts would love to work on the clock. Dominique Rhodes to the 42. The Jets do not have any timeouts left.
How about work on a touchdown? I'll tell you, Dominique he looks like he's limping. He wasn't running full speed. If he were when he got to the break to the outside, look at this. This time he goes a little bit wider, but he gets an outstanding block on the outside by Reggie Wayne.
They make no bones about the fact that they're running to the left side over Tarek Glenn. Now, Abraham, remember, he's only 256. He's a pass rush specialist. Tarek Glenn is 332, their left tackle. And that's where Dominic Rhodes has done the most damage tonight.
Rhodes was examined in the locker room for a sprained neck. Back on the field, that was a gain of 19. He has 115 for the game. Rhodes again bowls his way to the 31.
Another first down.
And you can see the way that he is protecting the football also. As soon as he gets the handoff, you can see both hands on it. But what I like is he has the confidence to loosen it up once he starts. Both hands on the ball. See him in traffic? Now as he breaks out, he puts it into one hand. Like that.
Dominique Rhodes has set a record for undrafted rookies. He broke Paul Lowe's record, one of Paul McGuire's old teammates.
Los Angeles Chargers, Paul Lewis.
They found a jewel in this kid. Rhodes again. Covering up the ball, gets to the 30. The Jets, all they can do is watch that clock tick away down to the 2-minute warning.
And you know what Peyton Manning's doing, Joe, what all smart quarterbacks do? He's going to have that game clock down to 2 seconds.
He really does.
Before that ball is snapped. And he's taken all 40 seconds off of that clock. Well, 38 of them.
We talk about Peyton Manning and his ability to throw the football and the things that he does with the football in his hand. I think he has managed this football game exceptionally well tonight.
You can see the clock ticking down. He'll show you when he snaps the ball. He can see it. It's right in front of him.
I thought it was over his shoulder.
Manning back to throw. Chased out of the pocket, throws to the sideline, complete to Harrison. Short of a first down, out of bounds, near the 25-yard line. They need to reach the 21 for a first down.
He's unbelievable. He refuses to throw a ball away. I mean, he'll keep working and working and working. Not the most mobile of quarterbacks. That's Marvin Harrison, number 88 up top. He's working and working. Now, Peyton doesn't have his body in a position. Peyton waiting for Marvin to put his moves up the field, come back, make a play for him.
What he was hoping is that Marvin Harrison catch the ball, stay in bounds, and keep the clock going. That's why he didn't want to throw it away.
To get a first down here, it's going to be tough.
11 catches, 127 yards. Only 3:40 to go. The Jets desperate to stop them and get the ball back. Manning going to throw again. Dilger. This time he won't throw it. Dilger fighting for extra yards, but pushed back. This will set up a field goal try. Heck of a play by Mo Lewis.
But one of the keys to this play is the fact that it was a completed pass, and you're still going to be able to keep the clock running. With the attempt of the field goal coming in, you're going to wind up with under 3 minutes. Nice job by Dilger. Good job by the Jets D. Mo Lewis come in, just standing him up, and then he gets help from Sean Ellis.
Vanderjagt will get to try from 44. He hit one from 50, had one from 45 go off the upright. Again, he is qualified this year as the most accurate kicker in the history of the NFL.
That's good.
And is perfectly accurate on that one. 40 times tonight. Manning, more than 2/3 completions, 23 of 31, 1 touchdown, 215 yards.
Last week against the Cincinnati Bengals, the Jets needed 2 touchdowns late in the 4th quarter. Herm Edwards went to Vinny Testaverde and said, look, we're going to put the ball up. You need to go get it done. Vinny doesn't need to have that kind of a conversation with Herm now. We've seen Vinny Testaverde come back in the 4th quarter. Who could forget the spectacular play on a Monday night when they came back against was the Dolphins, Miami? They came back and scored 1,000 points.
He will be operating on a Colts defense that is last in the league in points allowed, 31-1. And even with no timeouts, there's plenty of time on that clock. Lamont Jordan on the return. Because of the tiebreakers, they win the AFC East.
And Buffalo is a handful. They lost a squeaker today, and they also gave the Jets fits the last time they played.
Pretty tough duty to go to Oakland the last week and win. But they've got a shot. But they need a touchdown here. Martin forced out of bounds.
Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator of the Colts, he's faced with a little bit of a dilemma. He knows that the only way that he's gotten pressure on Vinny Testaverde is to bring 5 rushers. If you do that, you're going to expose your defense a little bit and put a lot of pressure on those corners. Now, Macklin and Harper have played very well, but do you want to do it this far back to give up a big play? That's the dilemma that he has.
Colts show a 4-man rush, and they come with 4. Vinny steps up, too high, and Cota dropped it. Chad Cota, it would have been a tough catch because the ball was behind him. Spahn got his hands on it and couldn't hold it.
Boy, Vinny just lets this one go high. This one gets away from him. This is one of those high, hard ones that nobody's going to get their hands on.
Kevin Swain was 3 yards away from it going the other direction. 3rd and 9, obviously 4-down territory for the Jets. They do not have a timeout left.
You got to think of Wayne Corbett here.
Testaverde hit as he throws. Guess who? Corbett at the 48 with a leaping grab.
Well, you know what I like about the play is they threw the ball in the middle of the field. They're coming up on a 2-minute warning, so you can still do that and not worry about the clock. But that ball was just, I mean, that was all Wayne Corbett.
How do you throw a leaping ball to a 5'10" receiver? This is unbelievable. Look at Corbett make a play on this ball. That thing couldn't be in a better position.
7 catches, 102 yards for Corbett, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. This has been a beauty with so much on the line for the New York Jets. Timeout, 28-22. Colts over the Jets from the RCA Dome. Second and 16. Moss with that great speed is out there. Richie Anderson the setback. 3-man rush. Vinny looking for somewhere to go. Corbett tiptoe on the sideline. He got it.
You see Corbett. I mean, you know, if you want to know how to catch a football and know where you are and being aware of where you are on the football field, Wayne Corbett, watch this. Vinny throws this ball to the outside. Look at Corbett. Both feet down, catches the ball out of bounds.
And that nearly cost him a first down. They gave them a mark that was about a yard shy of where he caught the ball, but it was a first down by a couple of inches.
That play took 6 seconds.
The Jets need a touchdown to win. Draw play to Martin and a beautiful...
It's Curtis Martin.
Testaverde has to step up now. He's going to run. Vinny with a lateral to Martin. What a play. Got down to the 20.
Somehow or other, I don't think that one's located somewhere in the playbook. That's
no, Paul Hackett did not call out.
That's too veteran. But look at how Vinny's looking back. He's looking to see who's coming, and he's looking to see who's behind him.
I don't remember Vinny running the option much at Miami. Do you?
No.
Now, why have they stopped this clock?
Because he spiked the ball.
Oh, okay.
And it bounced forward. And as we were visiting, that's what happened.
They got up there fast and did spike it. I didn't see it. Sorry.
Before that play, Vinny had run for 15 yards this year.
Now you've got Anderson and Martin in the backfield.
Testaverde dumps it to Martin. 10 to the 6. It's first and goal.
I guess getting around Christmas time, it's almost fitting. The Giants pulled one out in fine fashion today in New York for Jim Fossil and his team, and now the Jets are trying.
Is hurt for the Colts, and that will stop the clock.
I think it also helps the Colts too, Michael.
One more. They played very well tonight. 1:02 to go in the game. First and goal for the Jets.
And I think you also have to be careful if you're the Jets not to leave too much time on the clock.
Vinny, touchdown. Anthony Beck, the tight end, just like last week.
As you just mentioned a moment ago, Joseph, there's 58 seconds remaining on that clock, and the Colts still have 2 timeouts.
It's what you practice all the time. What a terrific job, though, by Vinny Testaverde. And the big play, his scramble for the first down and his lateral back to Curtis Martin.
He ran for 14 yards on that play. The lateral to Martin got 9 more. So Vinny's been an option quarterback tonight, a receiver and a lead blocker. Not bad. John Hall for the lead. And the New York Jets with a dramatic last-minute drive to regain the advantage.
Oh, we got Merry Christmas.
All right, here's the play to Beck. Look at this. Macklin is there. He's covering Beck man-to-man.
That's not a little wide receiver that he has to deal with.
Yards, it took less than 2 minutes. Anthony Beck finished it off with a 6-yard touchdown catch. Testaverde was 5 out of 7 and had that big run as well. McDougal, a yard deep. Ouch. Crushed as he got to the 20. Gerald Soule just planted him. Now Peyton Manning with 55 seconds.
Remember, at the end of the half, he did a terrific job of operating the 2-minute drill and gave Vanderjagt the opportunity to be able to put one through. So it's almost deja vu all over again.
Vanderjagt's already had 2 long ones and hit the post with another long one.
They're going to have to get to the Jets' 30-yard line or so to have a legitimate shot. 30, 35-yard line.
Manning underneath, Rhodes. Crunches away up to the 32. Ray Mickens with the tackle.
Michael, they started with 50-some seconds. They only needed a minute and 9 to get the field goal in the first half.
Manning takes off. Peyton Manning in the middle of the field gets to the 40, and the Jets trying to hold him down. Steve Martin. Martin took about 5 seconds off the clock, not allowing Peyton Manning to get up. And normally the officials will step in and stop the clock and get that guy off.
Well, Peyton Manning was trying, when he hit the ground, what he was trying to do was call timeout. And he managed to get it called. Watch this. He knows what he has to do. He hits the ground. Now what he's trying to do, well, the ball sort of loose. He's trying to call timeout, trying to grab the ball, trying to do everything.
Well, Martin wasn't trying to hurt him. All Martin was
yards to get an opportunity for the field goal.
4-man rush for the Jets. Manning. Mickens almost intercepted it as it came off. It's also 3rd down. Manning with time. Harrison bobbled it, couldn't hold it.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. Marcus Coleman held Marvin Harrison all the way across the middle of the field. And I know that isn't legal. Here it comes. No, this is way before this. He was holding him as he came off the line of scrimmage.
What a great throw.
Oh, yeah, it was a...
Well, Marcus Coleman is 6'2". Marvin Harrison is 6 feet. Coleman's got those long arms, and Manning still managed to get it over. Now they're in a situation where he's got...
That's what I'm... Look at the holding.
4th and 3.
You think he's got him by the shirt?
No, they don't call that.
Now they've got to get the 1st down. It's 4th and 3. Manning underneath. Harrison, he won't get it. The New York Jets have held. And a tremendous 4th-quarter comeback by Vinny Testaverde.
Did it again. The Jets stay alive.
Well, I'll tell you, this was a great Christmas present for everyone that watched this game, because this was a heck of a football game.
Except if you're a Colts fan.
The 3rd time this year the Jets have won by a point, and a dejected Peyton Manning comes to the sideline. What a huge win for the New York Jets. 2 more wins, they win the AFC East. They did their part tonight. The first one's down.
Excuse me, Michael, but they knew when they came in that this was going to be a tough football game.
Yes,
and that the Colts were going to throw everything at them they could.
Is it not only fitting that this Christmas the city of New York gets 2 huge presents from both of their football teams?
Well said.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
The Jets, Miami, and Baltimore all 9-5 in that wild card race. But the Jets right now are not thinking wild card. They're thinking sweep and getting the AFC East Championship. What a great ball game. The Jets win at 29-28. For our entire ESPN crew, this is Mike Patrick. Merry Christmas from the RCA Dome in Indianapolis. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.